Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. Now, on my channel, we talk about motivation, inspiration, and many aspects of the journey of this life. But since learning of the India 171 disaster, which took so many people's lives, both in the air and on the ground, I have truly been heartbroken. Now, do you know what? I have no connection to anybody whatsoever, so you may well think that how on earth do you have the right to do that, to do this, to say that? But you know what? I have not been able to get out of my head from just being a person with a heart, all of those souls which have perished in that accident. That seemingly in a world which is ever advancing, and in 2025, where we seemingly have an answer for everything, a machine or a device for most things, or a medication for advancing life, and we can do many incredible things, but yet why on earth, or how on earth, has this ever happened? And to think that actually, do you know what? Even if we get the answers from the investigation, which we are being told as the world waits to look upon what's happened to these poor individuals, these poor souls, but yet, even if we have an answer, it doesn't bring those incredible, precious lives back. And it is truly, tragically, devastatingly heartbreaking. And you know what? Right from learning this, it shook me to the core. It really did. And do you know what? I found myself waking up in the middle of the night thinking of those poor individuals and thinking of what they must have went through, and the families, the parents, grandparents, all sorts of relatives, children, little children, infants, students, people on business, people who do that journey regular. But people starting a new life, people coming to London to start new lives, people on a once in a lifetime adventure, all sorts of reasons, from all different backgrounds, individuals from all aspects of life, and yet gone and taken so tragically. And that's, do you know what I absolutely struggling with. And I have no connection whatsoever. But I think just from a person of having a heart, that how can you not be full of so much sorrow, and that it just bears so heavy on your mind to think that those individuals have gone. And I cannot comprehend what the loved ones, the families, the friends, and everybody who is connected to this disaster, what they must be going through, how on earth they start to comprehend what has happened. And as we learn more about what's happened, and it's a week past, just over a week past, and I've been following this so closely online, to think that actually as we see people's last journeys, funerals, and things taking place, of those cherished precious lives on board, from passengers to cabin crew to the captains to the people involved on the ground, it's just truly devastating and heartbreaking. And you know what? I want to take this opportunity, and as I say, we speak about so many things on my channel, and I have so many great people subscribe to my channel, so many amazing people watch my channel. And you know what? I really want to take this opportunity to share with the YouTube platform, the worldwide community, that actually, do you know what? My heart is with you, and I am absolutely devastated. And just by not even being connected, how can one not be? Do you know what? In my family home, we've talked about it lots and lots. We've watched the news, we've followed the news closely. And I've always been a person who has always had an inner intuition of, and whether you call it that, or if it's empathetic, or whatever you call it, with if someone's hurting and I don't even have to know them, I feel that. I feel a great sense of wanting to help, wanting to support, wanting to if you can help a situation, or to be able to just make things better. And I know, do you know what? Nothing in this world will make this better, ever. And I just think that, do you know what, some of the terminology which is being used in a lot of the journalism, in a lot of the coverage, that actually, do you know what, some of the words they're using, like doomed flight, ill-fated, and all of these things, and it's just absolutely horrific. And for anybody watching on this whose loved one or whoever was involved, must be just, there are no words. There are no words. And I think in a time where sometimes action speaks more, a lot of what's happening is all wrong. The speculation is all wrong. and what we must be doing as a world to the people who have lost somebody. It must be ripping their heart out over and over and over. And I think, do you know what? Just by being a human being in this world, I am so, from the bottom of my stomach to the bottom of my heart and all of my being, I am so very, very sorry that in this world, that, do you know what? There is nothing as a worldwide community we could have done. Do you know what? It's just heartbreaking to think that there is nothing in this world which can bring those individuals back, no matter if the investigations find answers. And that actually those incredible people, all with an individual, precious, precious, treasured story, every single person involved, so incredible, just because they are simply just themselves. They are special, true, precious people, every single heart, every single life involved. And yet, you know what? All the investigations in the world, all the talking in the world, they're gone. And I can only but pray and have faith that they are in the Lord's arms. And where people go from this, I do not know. I am no aviation specialist. I am a person sat here with a very, very heavy heart and feeling, just by being a person, just by being a human, just devastated. Do you know, I walk around in my life and I think to myself, do you know what, I've got my own things in my life which I struggle with, whether it be health and whether it be a situation we find ourselves in. And yet actually, do you know what, you think I've got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. What right do I have to moan and complain when things in this world is happening like this? When that Air India 171 incident has happened and took so many people's lives. And when we learn and we see the pictures online now and on the news and the media, that actually of that flight, the people involved, the passengers, taking pictures, and you can see the happiness in their faces from going on this incredible adventure. Parents with little ones and people, it's overwhelming, it's devastating and so heartbreaking, and I don't think that I can say that enough. There are no words. I think as the world looks on this, you can't help but feel so much sorrow, so much heartbreak. But yet, what does it mean? And you know what? I struggle to comprehend it. And I just want to share on this platform to our worldwide community that I am so very, very sorry. And I stand with you in the deepest, sincerest love and affection and condolences to every single person involved and the persons affected by it, the loved ones, the families, every single person. And let us forever hold in our hearts those individuals and never ever let them go and never ever forget them. And let us, as awful as it sounds that the rest of us get to go on about our lives, let us lead a life where we dignify those individuals perished, to lead a good life, to lead a considerate life, and to spread kindness and love and consideration for others. And you know what, shockingly, I've spoken about this with work colleagues, and I've been out and about, and when you mention this, and people are quick to dismiss it. And I think it's scary in the world today when you look at what is going on in the world, and there is so much war, whether it be in the Middle East or in Russia and Ukraine, and a disaster like this happens. And it's just people seem to dismiss it. People have very little not everybody, but people have sometimes very little consideration. These are incredible, precious lives which mattered and are valuable, which are no longer here. And we can only but have faith that they are with the Lord's arms, and they will take rest in everlasting glory. But you know what? As we look on, it's incomprehensible. And I am just so very, very sorry. And there are no words. But my heart is with you all. And you know what? As I said on the start of my clip, my channel, we talk about motivation for life, we talk about inspiration, but all the worrying, do you know, I spend so much of my life worrying. Of all things, of all different people. And you know, those people had hopes and dreams and aspirations. Sometimes I find myself consumed with emotion, broken-hearted by it. And yet I had no connection to anybody on that flight. But yet, just for simply being a person having a heart, I just felt so consumed. But I was talking to my parents about it last night, and my eyes welled up with emotion, thinking, what on earth, how on earth did this happen? And whether it be in the world, when a disaster happens like this, you can't help but look back at your own life and think, what on earth do I have to worry about? Look at those individuals. And on my channel, when we talk about motivation for life and inspiration, if you're feeling a little bit down, my friends, when you're watching this, and if you are watching this, then let's take inspiration from those incredible individuals on that flight, and that they don't get to lead their story anymore on this earth, on this blessed earth. And those incredible individuals are with the Lord's arms now. But let's pay homage to them. Let's spread kindness. Let's spread goodness. Let's be considerate to others. Let's have patience. Let's have time. And you know what? We worry about things like work. And I know we have to work to provide a living and our loved ones and children and grandparents and aunts and uncles, all the worries and everything. And if we've got a problem in the family or a problem in the home, we worry about it. But you know what? There's not too much in this world, Lord. And God willing, that we can't put right. We can't work out. We can't repair. But this is something we can't. And that's why, do you know what? When I look on the media and I look in the news and I think to myself and wait for the investigation, it's so important for us not to speculate. But it's just when you look at the horrific comments by some individuals in this world, what they've made. These are people. These are human beings. And this is the most tragic thing which has happened. I know horrific things go across the world, but these lives cut short, of all ages, of all backgrounds, of all stories. It's just incomprehensible. And may we always hold them in our hearts and glorify their lives in leading a good life and showing consideration to others and love and respect and spreading goodness and kindness. And on that note, my friend, from someone who has absolutely nothing to do with this disaster, my heart is with you, for all affected and all involved. God bless, and from my heart to yours, much love. Until next time, when we will bring so much more to my channel, we will keep talking about motivation, we will keep talking about inspiration and this incredible journey of life. But let's be kind to one another, let's show consideration to one another. And if we can, let's spread that as far as we can. God bless, and thank you.